Hello everyone, my name is Pan and welcome to my Agrarian Skies. This is the Panosphere. As you can see, I destroyed the original island, which I think was over here, and I built this massive sphere, or in a way a space station. It measures 64 blocks from either direction of the center of that sphere. Pretty sure it's 64, I can't remember offhand now. But as you can see, it says a circle around with tunnel tubes leading to ends. This one has to be completed yet. We're going to start off over here at the small sphere. There's a wisp. This sphere is in a magical biome, which is why I was able to plant silverwood here. It took me a while to get it. The crafting for silverwood is not easy. Now, first of all, you might be wondering, how am I flying? Surely I must be in creative mode, but I'm not. It's all thanks to my armored resonant jetpack with protection 3 on it. It allows me to fly. And one of the best things about the Simply Jetpacks mod is the particle effects you can change. I have rainbows, because why not? Rainbows. Okay, back to the tour. Oops, sorry about that. Like I said, we're going to start here at the Thaumcraft sphere. Break the clear glass, sneak in. I haven't done much with Thaumcraft, unfortunately, just a lot of the researches. I have 4 nodes. And this is my Thaumcraft villager. He is not happy being there of his own free will. And I just have him for knowledge fragments, mana beans. Emeralds are easy for me to get, so it's not a problem. The Arcane Bell Olympic. Not sure. I don't know a lot about Thaumcraft, unfortunately, so that's why I haven't done much here yet. Let's go down to here. Let's go jetpack. I have my arcane altar here, infusion thing, and I just decorated a little with some purple and those magenta stone bricks, just to give it a feel for the whole flux thing. I haven't used much of it. Mostly just to get the wands. And this here is kind of the centerpiece in a way. I just like to look at the horizon. All that nothingness. And he's starting to get a little annoying, so we'll move on. Arcane clothing. This is my ME crafting terminal, just in case I need something. It is connected through a cable all the way to the center, which is our next stop, the center of the sphere. And look at this. This is all built by hand, resources gathered painstakingly. We have a central hub, my molecular assembly machine. I know it's something better, but another crafting terminal with all my materials. And diamonds and emeralds are the hardest material to get, so let's just see how many of those I got. 125 diamonds. I will show you in a moment how I've been collecting all of this. Emerald, 299. So yes, materials are not an issue for me for the most part. Armor I have to go through and clean. I've been collecting armor just to steal the enchants off of it, really. Using a setup on the back end here. Auto disenchanter. This was configured to take in any armor, disenchant it, put the enchant on a book, and the leftover armor would go to this chest here. Just stuff from my Mop Farm. And what I didn't want, Turn this on, starts pulling it out into a nullifier from thermal expansion that destroys anything that's inputted into it. Moving on. This is my experience farm, kind of a... Honestly, this was an experiment just to see if I could automatically collect berries. As you can see, it does work. Most of my levels are from this. Now, the way to do this is using an autonomous activator on level with the item and only use the first slot. By putting cobblestone in there, it cannot place the berry. It cannot place the cobblestone since there is something there. So it will automatically right-click, take in the berry, and using item ducts configured to only take out the berries, you'll pull the berries into this chest. And sometimes I automatically get them myself added to me. Let's see, you got paintings I've gathered from my adventures in the Nether. I recommend do not go there. It's worth a trip once, just to see how bad it is. Right here we have my personal Mop Farm, I guess you would call it. Tank for liquid experience, which is gathered from the main farm below us. Energy cell. These are all pipes and wires running to an auto spawner. Basically, I put whatever I want in here and just kill them as they spawn. It's just for little bits of things, cowls for leather, skeleton heads, a chandelier to prevent any unnecessary mobs from spawning in the meantime. And this is ethereal glass, a special glass difficult to get, but it allows me to walk through it, but mobs cannot. Very handy. Just a little simple tree farm. I've been meaning to build something better, but for the amount of wood I need, this is more than enough, really. Just random bits of storage along the sides of the container. I do plan on putting a lot of these machines in a separate room. For now, it's just thrown together for auto crafting reasons, save cable and power. Let's see, sort that out. Various spawns of stuff that I might want, which is angry zombies, all the bad stuff just in case. Don't know why I have hellfish. I believe I had that for a quest. Hellfish are horrible. Just random machines. Random armors. Personally, I built the needle gun hoping it was going to be really cool like a bow. Really not. Disappointed. Covers, stuff, microblocks. Random bits and tools. Speaking of random bits and tools, pick a Splintered Dreams. Some of you might recognize this as the pick you first get when you start out the game early on. This is the same pick. I have upgraded it numerous times, changed out materials. It currently has a cobalt pick head, cobalt pickaxe head, and the original thaumium binding and netherrack tool rod. And it also has auto repair, so I really never have to repair it ever. It pretty much repairs itself fairly quickly with the amount of mining I've done with it. Also, we have the Sword of Pan, custom-made sword, using a manilium sword blade, obsidian wide guard. Don't know why I have a tool rod on, wood tool rod. I should really replace that. But as you can see, it's able to pretty much one-shot an Enderman, one-shot gas. It does the job. And go into my bag of holding, which holds all my other tools and knickknacks. Axe of Despair, another tool, started early on with. Replaced the head. Also made the lumber axe for chopping down the trees when I need them. And a hammer. So this is everything I need just going about the day. Magnet, had to personally craft, never got it from quest reward. And Flux tools. Flux shovel with Silk Touch to collect cursed earth when I needed it. And Flux infused sickle, which came from a quest reward, I believe. And Flux infused sword with Smite 5. Very expensive to get that using enchanting methods. But I use that to kill the Wither, who I previously had a personal small room for him to kill. I just throw him in there, wham bam, down. Ethereal Glass was involved, as well as, let me bring it out once, my Thaumian Wands with, let's see, where's the method? I'll do it the hard way. Wand Focus of Warding. When this is on your wand, here we go. I'm sorry, I don't know Thaumcraft much. You can see that I have turned all of these blocks into warded blocks, meaning they cannot be destroyed by anything. A little pickhead? Nope, can't break it. And that means a Wither cannot destroy him. When he spawns, he normally blows up, causes massive damage. Nope, not with this. Can't touch it. Let's do some more exploring before I get sidetracked. My typesetting table and printing press, these were used for enchants. I took the enchanted books and made copies of them using that. Cost a lot of levels. I believe for Silk Touch 5, it would have cost, I think, 200 levels. Possibly 5. I can't remember for sure. Okay, moving on. Now, as you can see, I do have a floor there. ME cables, tesseracts. What do I have going on up there? Let's use our elevator and look. Oh. Jetpack. This is where I have my farms going at the moment, as well as chickens for eggs. They've kind of gotten out here and there, but they're fine. Jetpack on. Each farm is, I believe it was, yes, 2 blocks high. So Endermen are not able to get in there and steal the dirt. This here is my berry bush farm, with sprinklers constantly watering and keeping everything fertile. Glowstone blocks for light. That is a planter in the dead center. And the setup is exactly the same for all of these, by the way. Along with a harvester, constantly checking each block when it's ripe. It plucks them, sends them into the item ducts, all connected to a ME interface, which will send those directly into the ME storage. And as for the sludge, that's connected to an ME fluid interface. Does the same thing, sends sludge into storage. I believe those are my soybeans. I forget what those are. And string plants. This farm, not sure what I want to do yet with. Everything has been color coded for aesthetics. We've got peanuts, potatoes, tomatoes, forget what those are, and onions. Those are all for quests later on, as well as food. And moving on. You might be wondering what this red cable is for. This very long cable goes straight to the storage system. You might have noticed the large tower at the start of the episode. Well, this is a tunnel. These were not able to go very far. But here I have my bee breeding setup going. Tesseract gathering power from our reactor, which will be our next visit. Chandelier, stop mobs. Pop up. And I just wanted to make bees in the sky, I guess you could say. They originally started out with one flower. All these flowers, except for that rose right there, bees have made. So I just wanted to make it look good for the bees. That's really all I'm concerned about in Agrarian Skies, is making it look good, having fun. I'm not so much interested in the quests, to be honest. What do we have going on here? I have meadows. This will be connected to the AE system, so these get pulled out as needed. And, yes, I was working on producing a bee to make royal jelly. Part of that was the nobles. So, we'll come back to that later on at another point. Let's just go down, 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 down. Back to the farm. Down again. Main floor. Let me just take a sidetrack. More auto crafting. Mutagen, which was used for the bee breeding. Didn't want to go the old-fashioned route of breeding them in the hives on their own. But next stop. Oh, hello. You were not invited to the tour. That's unexpected. Anyways, this is ore collection and processing. You might be wondering what this massive setup is. Well, I have chests and autonomous activators and meat cables. What could it be? This is my processing facility for stone. I have pulverizers taking in the stone. Sand byproduct is sent up through the item ducts into this last pulverizer, which is designed to set up to only accept sand. Nothing else can come into this machine. Gravel to sand. So basically it is stone to gravel, gravel to sand, sand into dust. Dust is sent into the autonomous activator, which is processed into a sieve. As you can see, some is getting processed right now. These are 5 autonomous activators. That seems to be the maximum needed for dust. As you can see, I never have a backup. I have a backup of everything else, but not the main product. And this is the same setup throughout. First dust, sand, and gravel. Pulverizers are just a shorter line. Now for the gravel and sand sifting, the byproducts are sent directly into the ME network because sand and gravel do have more of a use than dust. Spider eye. Anyways, I have clear glass here so you can kind of see the workings. Everything is sifted, vacuum hoppers collect it, input into a chest as a buffer in case something were to happen where the AE system is not pulling it into the network. The chest can store more than a hopper can. But everything is contained, so if I'm standing here, I don't accidentally pick up stuff. So we have dust, sand, and at the very end, gravel. There was an issue with gravel. As I was setting up the pipe network, I forgot to set up the middle row to be outputting its items into storage. So this middle row is actually backed up. That's kind of why it's out of sync. In the back side here, we have dirt production. Any zombie brains that are collected from our Mop Farm, which is on the very bottom of the network. Apologies for the noise. I have water constantly being piped in from an aqueous accumulator. And in each of these... Wait, no, this is clay. I'm sorry, my apologies. Dirt is on the outside, clay is in the middle. Any dust that's a byproduct from sand and gravel is sent here to be produced into clay. So I have zombie brains going in here for dirt, dust in here for clay. And all of the entire process of ore generation is done here. Igneous extruders makes the cobblestone for free. Doesn't cost, it just has to have lava and water to make it. No cost. And a lever to turn them off if I need it. This controls the whole setup. As you may know, redstone has a limit as far as it can go. So using repeaters, I was able to extend it all the way down. Now, that's how we get the ore. What do we do with the ore? Well, we go over the right way, lagging, sorry, to the smelteries. These are also connected to the ME system with precision export buses. As you can see, only gold products are allowed to go into the gold smeltery. Dust, ores, everything is collected in here, smelted down, and any gold is pumped into the casting basin and then pumped from there into the ME network for my use. I also have a fluid export bus to constantly keep it full of lava, so there's never a downtime. And I've labeled every one of these with its respective material. There's never any material going into the wrong one, so no alloys are accidentally being made. As you can see, iron is the big material being made. Not so much silver and tin. I believe it is platinum, which is actually the lowest material I ever get. And this is just my personal smeltery for making tools and such. Now, I know for sure a lot of this is not the ideal setup, but I'd rather make it look cool and interesting than go for ideal. It works. It's able to produce enough materials for what I need. By the way, each of these is 9 to each setup. So that's 9 dust, sand, gravel being produced at any given time. Now, we go down another floor to our power room. This massive structure is my reactor. It took me a long time to build this, and it was very difficult putting that liquid ender in there as a coolant. I have my control. These are 3x3. So there's 9, 18, 36 blocks, 3 blocks high. I'm not sure how many that is. Bad at math. But in between, from here to there, in the middle, that is actually liquid cryolithium to keep it cooler in the middle, and liquid ender all the way around. This is another crafting network station, which is powered by, the whole ME system is actually powered by lava. I have a row of magnetic dynamos sent into energy cells, so if I'm ever out of lava, I still have plenty of backup power. Down here, it's amazing. Liquid ender. Took a lot of endermen to collect that, but as you can see, we are exporting yellow uranium ingots directly into the reactor and collecting any cyanite. Let's go the other way. I'm now going to show you the control panel for the big reactor, and also kind of give you a perspective of the size of this. This took me quite some time to build. But you have our controller. As you can see, the reactor is currently running. I am trying to get these. Why are you not outputting? Minor problem here. Okay, now it's getting power. So as you can see, I am producing 33.6, well, over 30,000 redstone flux per tick. More than I can use right now. And that's less than half full, as you can see here. Again, don't know if it's the ideal setup, but it works. I do plan to go for steam turbines eventually, but for now, this is doing more than enough. Let us actually see here. Hello? I'm going to craft 2 stacks of that. I have plenty of yellow uranium dust, which comes from sifting sand, I believe. So that will gradually be made in the furnaces upstairs, sent into here. By the looks of it, I think I could put 576 ingots of yellow uranium in here. Currently has, I believe that's 234? Can't do math. Anyways, in the end, this is going to produce more power than I ever need. Now, I don't know if you hear that in the background, but skeletons dying. That's our Mop Farm, which is our next stop. But to get there, we have to go outside of the little opening here. Make sure jetpack is on. We go down, big reactor level, and here it is, the Mop Farm. On each side of this room are 3 grinders on the outside and 1 in the middle. Basically, there is almost no safe place mobs can stand aside from the corner. They will always be killed by the grinders. Their experience will be collected into the network, and any items will be sent to that chest up there. Brains will be sent to be made into dirt. Bones, arrows, string, that's all collected in the network. Enderman pearls, everything. Now I know this is not pretty looking. It was kind of a mess to set up all the piping for items, experience, and power. But a tesseract. It's 2 tesseracts, 1 for item and liquid, as well as 1 for power. So it all works out in the end. It's just a massive mess of pipes. Down there is a void. Nothingness, basically. I recently had to go to the end to collect some stuff, so that's why the portal is here at the moment. Guess the bridge is still work in progress. I do plan to make more spheres for various things, probably an auto-crafting sphere. I have these marked here as the middle points between the 2 points for another sphere to make it all look good. Basically, I'm kind of picturing all this in space for the most part. Galactic Craft is one of my favorite mods, and I would like to do a series involving that and just rebuild this whole thing in space. I think that'd be awesome. So, yes, like I said, this has all been built by hand. I made sure to craft myself a jetpack. I started out with a tier 2, I think, before I built all this. So there was a lot of running back to recharge. The whole time Wisp decided to come visit me over here, I think it was. No, it was over there. They kept flying over to bug me and kill me, so that's unfortunately why I have a lot of deaths. But they've learned their place. To leave me alone. Feed farm. So let's just take another zoom back. Rainbow jetpack. And just admire. Again, I wanted to make things look good and awesome. I wasn't really big on the quests. And I just feel this is all worth it. To start out with nothing but a small little island. I didn't do the home sweet home. I did the other one of a couple flat rock, the blackstone bricks. Excuse me. Is that a hole? I'll fix that later. But I just wanted something big, and well, spheres aren't exactly a big thing in Minecraft, as we all know. It's cubes. But it's just a massive, amazing structure. And as the sun sets on this Minecraft day, I've accomplished what I wanted, I would say. I have a lot of quests to do yet. Let me just take a look at that quick. Hunger's going down. Have some leafy chicken sandwiches. By the way, these are made with tofu. No meat was involved. For anybody who might be against that. Quest book. Yep, I have 52 lives. Died 7 times. Fell into the void. Monsters. Don't know who was other players. There's really even nobody else here. Anyways. It's kind of see my progress. Nothing big, really. I would like to complete it in time, but some of the stuff A lot of mods I don't know, mostly the magic ones, blood magic, and just the amount of stuff you have to get. 1,000 endstone, 1,000 leaf sandwiches. It's like, I'm more interested in building. Got mobs spawning out here. Not a bother, they can't get in. They kind of just fall. Skeletons are a bit annoying because they can shoot me. But with that, I shall bid you all farewell. Just let me know if you have any tricks or anything that I might not have covered here, or if you would like to see a fresh start on everything and actually focus on the quests. I know there are a couple of Agrarian Skies series out there, but why not another? Why not one with me? So, again, I bid you all farewell. And stay fantastic, everybody. Goodbye.